Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I'm back to work in the Witchy journal. So I have done a few things, just trying to expedite the process here. I have put in a pocket here on the front, and this was one of the, excuse me, journaling cards from my Dark Fae kit. I added a postage stamp and a piece of fabric with lace over it and stitched it on there. And then one of the Hocus Pocus from my Haunted kit, the word little, I don't know what you call them, labels. And then I did this journaling card. This is Tim Holtz paper back here. That's from Dark Fae. That's Tim Holtz. This is from my, I think that's the Spooky Past kit, I believe. And then that's from Dark Fae as well. So I'm using Dark Fae in this almost more than the Witchy kit, just because, you know, it goes so well with everything. And then I added one of the FREEBIE Moths up there. And because I had put this piece up here, I put a piece over here and a postage stamp. So that is done. And then inside, what have we done? We've done most of this together, or you've seen it anyway. That. And then this is new. I added this yesterday, and it's just a regular junk mail envelope, no windows in it or anything. I just folded it in half, cut the top off of the envelope. You know, it was already, like, the flap was already glued down. And then made one side into a pocket. There's a pocket in the middle because, of course, when you fold that envelope, you have two pockets from the envelope and then the opening down the middle. Well, I just glued it across the bottom. So that's where she is sitting, is in that middle section. And she is just a skosh tall, but I don't think that that'll be a problem. And then I did, you know, there's another pocket on the other side. So we're going to make the journaling cards that go in those pockets, and then we're going to add a little something up there as well and decorate these up a little bit. So, because that's as far as I got. So how are you guys? I hope you're doing well. I am doing well. My niece is in labor on Labor Day. The nurse said, "Happy Labor Day." I thought that was kind of funny. So anyways, so we're very excited and keeping our fingers crossed that, you know, of course, all is well. This is obviously a piece off of my morning oats there. So I'm just gonna, I want to try to take this off. You could just cover it. You don't have to take it off, but sometimes they peel off easy. So I thought I would try it, but of course it's not going to today because I'm standing here doing this in front of you. Sometimes they do not peel off easy. So like I said, you can just put stuff over it. It's just slippery and the color, you know. So I just like to take them off if I can get them off. But yeah, we had a very lovely weekend. I hope you guys all had a nice Labor Day weekend. It is Labor Day for me, but I'm working because that's what I do. So, but we had a really nice, like, Saturday we went paddle boarding with both kids, and that was a blast. My son really liked it. My daughter, I already knew she liked it, but that's the first time he's gone with us. And yeah, it was hilarious. So we had fun doing that. So this piece I'm going to hook on here as well, as I've done before. You guys have seen me play with the box stuff. And then I was sent these, oh my goodness, cool, like oracle cards. It looks like a Ouija board kind of thing. And I'm going to put that on there. But first we're going to put some kind of decorative paper on there. And then that'll be a flap too. So I don't know what I'm going to put on there. Everything else I've pretty much figured out what I'm going to use. But for some reason I did not do that with this. Ooh, let's use these stripes. I like these stripes. I need my tear ruler. Sorry, I cleaned up my desk, so I'm probably going to be completely lost today because everything's not buried in a pile of paper, but I don't know. When I put everything away, then I can't find it either. So I don't know what the best way to do all this stuff is. It just seems like if it's all out, you can't see it, obviously, because everything's a mess. But if you put it all away, then you can't find it. Even though it goes in the same spot every time. Ugh. I guess if I did it consistently, it would help. Yeah, you know, if you clean up consistently, it's amazing. Yeah, I'm kind of bad at that. Because the problem with cleaning up every day is then, you know, I got to get it all out again the next day. So I think what I might do is just kind of cheat tear this. I don't know, since this is torn in a weird way. I think I'll glue it on and then I'll finish tearing that. Because it might be okay if I just put a little glue on the back and stuff. I like these pieces of this super thin cardboard for the pages in those journals. I feel like it works pretty good. But, you know, it's not something you have to have. You can just use a piece of paper. I just like to try to use up some trash if I can. I mean, I'm sure I don't even use anywhere near anything to help, but I'm trying. I probably make more trash than I get rid of. It's a messy process, this journaling. I know I create a ton of paper dust and stuff like that. Paper dust. Galore. I'm just doing the edges because I know I'm not going to get it all the way to the edges. So. So what's going on with you guys? Did you have a good weekend? Did anybody camp? I'm pretty sure Mitzie went camping, I think she said. I'm always curious about that because we don't camp. I mean, we're considering maybe possibly doing a little bit of it, but like when we take our razor out, sometimes we want to stay. That's like a quad or a, I don't know what they call them, sport utility, whatever. We take that out. Sometimes we want to stay out longer. So we've talked about maybe doing a little camping, but we're not like avid campers. But I always wonder on these weekends when everybody's out there how you do it. Because I feel like the point is to get away from people. That's sort of my point for everything. But yeah. It's nobody else's fault. I'm just an introvert. Okay, so I'm going to sand this a little. It's very shiny. And then I might just put a little, like, my gesso. Because I don't want to, I got too sticky. Take off too much of that, you know. Knock it back a little. And I don't want to cover it really with anything because I don't want to lose any of the cool design on it because it is really neat. I just want to make it look a little older. So I think I'm going to use my white texture gesso. Let me wipe this. I don't know that it's textured because I've used it and it doesn't seem very textured, but whatever. It's not disgusting, gloppy, gross gesso. So I'm using it. Let's use this brush. It'll give us a little even more texturiness. I just want it thin. You could use clear gesso, matte medium, whatever. Just use what you want. This is just what I'm going to use. But that doesn't mean I'm right. I'm sure someone will say, you should have used. I know. It's just a fly by the seat of our pants kind of thing around here. There's not a ton of thought into every detail. Oh, I didn't even sand that. Oh, I did sand it. Oh my goodness, I can't even remember what I did. Okay, that's gonna have to dry a little bit before I can do anything else. So maybe I'll decorate those pockets while that dries. Set it up so it doesn't stick to anything. Just wiping more on my hands there. Okay, so that is that. I don't have water with me right now. That was not planned very well. Okay. So this is actually a piece from Somerset Studio magazine, one of them. And it had the crow and everything on there, and then I just added other things underneath. I just tore a piece of it out, and that's a label I added, and one of my die cuts, that's the dried flowers. So anyway, if you're wondering how I did that. Okay, this pocket here, we're gonna put some things on. I just need to get these out of the way because they're gonna go on that piece that's drying. Okay, on this pocket, I have a piece of tea bag. That's what it's called. That my sister saved. This is the good side. So I'll add a little. The problem was the bird that I'm going to put on here is in the purples and all that too. And it gets a little lost. So that's what this piece is for, is to just kind of give some other color, and you'll be able to see through it. So you can kind of still see the flower there. So that's good. And the numbers and all. But it takes it down a little, so my bird hopefully will show up a little better. And this bird is also from the Dark Fae kit. So you can see with this journal, I mean, it's witches, so obviously Halloween-ish, but it's not screaming Halloween. So I feel like I'm losing my mind. That's what I feel like. It could be sort of for any time, you know, if you just like that kind of witchy look or whatever. I was going to cut that out a little more. I think I need to, because I don't like it when there's big like white spaces there. Trying not to jab my finger too much. It is gotten hot here again. The day that we went paddleboarding, it was 102 degrees. I mean, it was perfect for being on the cold river, but wow, it was toasty for sure. And then we went and had some dinner. It was fun. We do have fun with those two, that's for sure. They do keep us entertained. It's always good too to, like, it's our son. It was our son's first week of school for this year. Not, you know, he's a senior, so. But it's just nice to catch up with them and find out how it went and what they think and all of that. And then it's our daughter's first week at her new job, so yeah, it was good. And they're both liking everything. Well, the first week of school, as they would both attest to, is kind of boring because it's a lot of going over the syllabus and, you know, all that kind of jazz. Expectations. So I took care of my sister's cat. See, that's what we do. She took care of mine, now I'm taking care of hers. I wish hers could come over here. That would be fun for Pasha, but she's very shy. And already she hides all the time when I go over there, so I don't think she would be a fan of not being in her own place. We don't want to traumatize her. And this one, this is one of the Tim Holtz bugs. I'm just going to put that there because I like it. If you're not into bugs, don't put the bugs. Whatever. Whatever you like. Oops. I just think they're kind of fun. Maybe that bird's gonna get that bug. Who knows? I think I might want like yeah, I like that. And I'll probably put some splatters on it. I don't know. Probably, since I've done that sort of throughout the journal. Okay, so that's that one. Is my card dry? Yep. They dry fast, especially if you, you know, wipe it down with a paper towel afterwards. I'm actually going to use both. I've got black soot here that I'm using, but I'm also going to use the vintage photo. Sorry for the reach there. Kind of warms it up again. My goodness. So that will get put on there, on here, like so, just because I like the way it looks. And then we'll put our purple tissue paper over too, but I need to find out about where I want it. I think about there's good. And then I had, sorry, I've got too many things here. That was gonna go on the other side of that. I have this witch. That's one of my die cuts. I had another something on here. I don't really like that. I kind of just like it by itself better. And I'm not going to put anything on there because I like the look of it. So I think I will do that. Obviously, you're not going to see all of this, but it's going to go about here. And some of this will get covered by the witch card standing there, but you know, when you take it out, you'll be able to see this, so I think it's fine. And these are my Witchy die cuts in my Etsy shop. Scoot her this way just a little because we are going to put the tissue paper on. I don't want to glue that on yet. I need to back this first with something, which I don't know what that is either. Oh, except I am going to put this on. I want this little coin envelope, so I don't need much. Like maybe this will work. Some ledger. I mean, truly, since it's that gray color, it's not like it has to be covered, but I don't have any real stories today at all. The biggest thing was the baby coming, and my niece's baby, and the paddleboarding. I didn't do a whole lot else. Just the stuff here at the house. And this was from Your Creative Studio, those boxes. It was in there. I'm trying to decide, do I want that flap or do I not want that flap? I don't love the way this part's longer than the rest. Oh my goodness. Very backwards. Okay, so I think I'll just keep the flap, and I'm just going to leave it. It can flop or flap or whatever. I'm not going to worry about it a whole lot. So I have these flowers, but they have to fit within the area there. Maybe we'll put a little bit of that purple tissue paper on there. Might be good. Let's see. Let me grab that. Hold on a second. And this, like I told you guys, I just used water with a little acrylic, and then I spritzed on the Villainous Potion Tim Holtz Distress Oxide Spray. A little water, you know, just got it all wet and all over it. And then let it dry. I think I might stamp that. I like the look of it stamped best. I don't know why, but I do. I'm just going to use a script stamp. You can use Tim Holtz one or whatever you got. I've had this one for 20 years. I think I might have to turn it on its side, which is going to be weird, but that's okay. Weird's okay, right? Weird works for this. And then the problem with that is it's wet now. I'm going to use my heat gun just for a second. So plug your ears. Don't do that, it just will smear all over the place. Like it like that, or more like that. Do like the purple, I think. Okay, then I'll ink that and I'll cut it off wherever it hangs over. And then I'm going to also add this little like potion bottle with the dragonfly on it. It was funny, one of you mentioned, and I watched Carol's video too, how Carol mentioned that her friend Amy doesn't like the heat, which I don't, but I had to laugh because there's a big difference between their idea in the UK of heat, which, you know, can be around 75, 80 degrees, whatever. To us, that isn't, I don't know that I mean, I guess you could call it hot. I mean, it's definitely hot if the sun's out, but because we were 102 the other day, so it just made me laugh because it's like, I just don't like the extreme heat. I don't mind, like, you know, early summer when it's in the 80s and stuff. That's totally, yeah, I love that. But once it starts to be about 90 and up, I just, ugh. But yes, Carol is right. Any extremes, really, I don't like. But I'll take it over the cold, so. Because at least it doesn't cause pain. Other than being uncomfortable from the heat, but it's not the same. I'm just very picky. I just want it to be 70, 75 degrees every day. That would be fantastic. Is that too much to ask? Could even rain every now and again. Okay, so I think that will work. Like so. It does need some of that purple though, doesn't it? Some purple. Now it'll be wet again. See how I am? Get that out of the way. We'll put this over here too because it can have a little purple. Move this so I don't totally... Oh, see? That's why I don't like those bottles. The spritz is like either nothing or excessive. Like there's no in between, I feel like, with it. See? They're super, I don't even want to call them touchy because it's not even that. Like sometimes you can't get it to go, and then other times you barely push it and it's a mess. Oh well, 'tis done now, but at least I got that. You can see that flower still. Crazy. Okay, we're gonna let this dry and we'll do the other side of that pocket that we started. And we'll come back again. Keep those because I can use those. Oh, I need to say hugs and blessings. Sorry. Hugs and blessings to Rhonda, Maria, Sherry, and Patty. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for your kind comments. I appreciate you guys so much. So much. What am I doing here? I don't even know. Okay, this, I want it on this side. That's probably mostly what I'm going to put over there. Keep grabbing the wrong one. And welcome to new subscribers, and welcome back to those of you that have watched me for a long time or a short time. I appreciate it. And if you don't mind, if you could like, subscribe, comment. Comments are fantastic. I do answer and comment back and all that. So I would love to chat with you. Let me use a little piece of this that got spritzed at some point. I'll see if I like it. If I don't, I won't. I don't want to cover up all those flowers. They're pretty. Pretty. Do I just want it on there? I think I just want it on there. I just like it the way it is. It's not very exciting, but it's sad to cover up all those flowers. Try to remember to put this back on as the freebie. I think I should remember because I have it on all the other videos. If I don't do it, I've been putting it on all the other witchy videos, so it should be easy to find at least. It was just a whole page of moths. And then we need the things to go inside of those pockets. Keep moving this back and forth and back and forth. So I have one of the tags from the kit. And I will back these. They're on 65-pound cardstock, but I don't know, it's not as thick as I like it for a tag or whatever. Myself. So that is gonna go there. Those were gonna go there. This, yeah. Couldn't remember which things I had where. These are in the dark Fae. These two are the Witchy kit. I want this to kind of, how did I do that? Sort of like this. So I'm going to glue it together first instead of trying to figure out how to do that. She looks very wise. Just gonna put like there. I think this journal is spoken for. And I did sell the, oh, what do you call it? The altered canvas little journal that we did together. Just because I told you guys I'd tell you, so I'm telling you. And then we'll back that. This was just coffee dyed paper that I splattered with watered down acrylic paint. It's basically just water with a little bit of black acrylic paint in it, just to give it the color, that's all. I was gonna make more of those the other day, but I just didn't get around to it. I should have, because it's been hot. I need to do it before it cools down. I just like to do that because it dries a whole lot faster, and then you don't have to worry as much about the little moldy spots that can get on it. Obviously, the faster it dries, right? Yeah, I think we're gonna have to get my son one of those paddle boards for Christmas. He was hilarious on that thing. He just came to it like a fish in water too. It was like, oh my goodness. I mean, he stood up a little the first time, and then it was like, oh, okay. I caught on to it pretty quick too, but you just have to really have good balance, tighten your core and all that, and then it seems to be pretty easy. Okay, so that will go in this back pocket, I think. And I'll stitch around them and put fabric toppers on them. This one, I'm gonna put the little one of the house or castles or whatever. These spooky looking abodes, witchy abodes. And I don't remember how I had this one either. This is my wildflowers, grungy butterflies and wildflowers kit. And then this is out of this white cream colored flower is out of the Dark Fae. Oops, didn't mean to put that much on it. I'm going to basically do the same type of thing I did on the other one. It's just easier if you put them together first. And I think that's where it's going to have to go. Okay. You guys started working on any Halloween journals? I know some of you don't make them, but if you do, have you started yet? I know some people start with Tracy Fox with her Creep on June. I've kind of been working on them since then, but are you getting in the fall mood? I definitely am because of the heat. I could like a few days of some, like I said, 70 degrees would be fantastic. Just a few. Don't want cold, no freezing, no snow. This is one of my dingo bits. Probably should have done it under this flower while it lifted. Nope. No lifting now. Gotta think it all through. I'm telling you. Do I want the moth? Yeah, I think so. It's a good little moth. How'd y'all like the 50 stack challenge? Was it good? A good start? I know it's a you know, a random one, and I just like to do that because then more people can participate. If I just do too much theme or Christmas or whatever, there's a lot of people that don't celebrate, so I like to be able to include everybody, and because then that way you can make whatever you want to make. This is a piece off of one of those Tim Holtz stickers. That one was in his one of his Halloween kits. Okay. Let's put a backing on that one, and then we'll go back to the other piece because that's not going to fit on there. It'll get used somewhere. No fear. I like how that paper looks behind there with the, that's not good, collage of the different designs. Looks like I worked a lot harder than I did. I keep cutting the corners wrong. Yeesh. Sorry, I'm very slow at that for some reason. I feel like I always grab the corner there, which that one I did. I don't think I can make that better with the punch. Okay. Very nice, and that'll go in this front part. Like that. But now I'm going to take them out because I'm going to put that other piece on, and I want to make sure I get it on there right, and it's hard when those are sticking out. So we're going to go back to this piece here. I'm going to glue that on there like that. Make sure I've got everything. Oh, you know what? I forgot to spritz that other side. Oh, well, I'll do that on my own time. Yeah, Your Creative Studios, she puts the little stickers and other things in these little coin envelopes, but they're a nice paper, like the color and everything. So I saved all mine. I've used most of them now, but they are nice. Oh, we need our little card to go in that, huh? Well, let me get it glued on here first, and then we can deal with that part. Okay, so when I glue it on here, yeah, that'll work. Good, good, good. Just kind of gonna line it up, you know, with this other pocket, but I don't want to block. I don't know if you guys can see the thumb notch there. I may have just glued the flap up, but that's okay. Glued up is better than glued down. Okay, so that will go like that. And then while that dries, we can make our little tag. Not that that's going to take long, but it's just a bitty one. This was out of one of my old stuff, or Deserted. I can't remember which one. I think it might be Deserted for that tag. They were just a good pairing. And we're going to put this little witchy. Little witchy poo. And a little purple rose down at the bottom. But let's get her glued on first. Which way do I want her? I think this way. She's got her little bat wings on. I told my husband yesterday I really want to watch those old Looney Tunes Halloween, you know, Looney Tunes. Because I love the witch and I like the Dracula one. They crack me up and I haven't seen them in so long. I got my son into that when he was little, but that was a while back. I'm going to snip that. He liked those too. They're funny. Silly. Hazel the witch, right? Every time she flies off, all her pins come out of her hair. I don't know why that makes me laugh, but it does. Trim off that little leaf right there. And then it'll get this little purple fabric up at the top. I don't think I'll back this one. I'll just keep it a little bit thinner. It's on cream colored cardstock. Okay, so that will go in the pocket back here. And then up here, I do feel like I do need something up there. I don't know what. I guess I'll think about it. And I'll show you when I figure it out, because I just don't know right now. I didn't get that far. But we did get this lovely lady. She's gonna go in here, and that'll also get stitched around in fabric and all that. So it does kind of block each other, you know, when you're turning, but that's okay, because you can take them all out and then see everything better. That one goes in there, and then this lovely lady goes in between. So it is a little tricky. Might want to put her in first. And then it's kind of all one thing, but it turned out pretty cool. I like it. I like how it looks. Where did I put the lid for that? Oh, right there. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will chat with you again soon. Love you. Bye.